Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry. I was trying to download it on my MacBook and I had to do the
Oh,
most.
it's fine. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. I had to put my headband on so I can come on here because I wanted to ask and I'm like, I look crazy. So let me just run a brush and be
Yes.
presentable.
Yes. How are
So I have a question about my relationship and I kind of just want to get a sanity check because I don't want to be too in over my head. And I don't know, I kind of have a feeling that I am. I'm in a relationship with a guy who we have an age difference. He's 40 and I'm 27. Um, we've been together for a little over a year now. However, our relationship has taken a turn as of late because now we are in a long distance relationship because we both travel for work.
you?
So, we're trying to do this long distance thing, and, it's an 8 hour difference. So when he's up, I'm asleep, and vice versa. And it's just like, I don't know if I'm in over my head because his job, he'll be there for 3 years. And then next year, I'll be moving from Texas, where I am now, to
Mhm.
Colombia. Am I holding on to something that might not be something that will last, or should I keep trying?
What does your intuition tell you?
My intuition tells me that he's such a good guy and that I should keep trying.
Okay. And does he feel the same way? Is he willing to try? Is
Yes,
he
he is. He
put in?
says, so he tells me, like, if I wasn't willing to try, like, I would not be trying to do this with you all these miles away. Like, I would have said, hey, we had our fun, this was it, but, you know,
Sorry, lovely. You guys been together for 1 year
yes,
and no proposal yet? No
no.
thoughts of engagement yet?
So that's another thing that I wanted to bring up, and I'm glad you asked about it. So his divorce with his ex is not settled. So, like, you know,
So he's still married.
I mean, when you
Tech,
file taxes, you either single or married.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So he's married. Gabriella.
He says he's separated, which he is because he doesn't live with her or.
I think you deserve someone who's 100% available on paper and off paper. That's what I feel like. I think you are a beautiful young woman, and I think you deserve someone who's available on and off paper. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I
Mhm.
don't know the story. I'm not saying he's lying or he's not lying. But
Right.
I think you deserve someone who's 100% available.
So there's been a holdup with the process to finalize it.
Hmm.
And it seems like this process has lasted like years, like 4 to 5 years.
I think they're still involved. I think there's something not, and the thing is, here's the thing, what I know about men, right?
Uh-huh.
I think if you make it okay for him to love you as things are, he will feel like he never has to change. That makes sense? So you made space and you allowed him to have the life that he's doing, not fully be divorced, go through the ups and downs, and you still love him through that. So you kind of, like, if you had a standard as far as that goes, you kind of let it down a little bit. You hear what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes, but and this is the thing, like people will say, "Oh, girl, you're so in love because you keep making up excuses and stuff like that." And I do see like how I do defend everything. So I have put the pressure on, like, hey, what's the status of this? Like, we cannot be, like doing this where you are filing your taxes that way, and then I'm here just like, oh yeah, like, because we can't even entertain. the marriage talk with that status. Like that's not even something that can be discussed. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? And basically, like, I don't want to be a nagger and asking too much. So at one point, I was just like, hey, I'm not going to be asking you again, but you need to get the ball rolling on this. Like, you said the holdup was getting signature, and you said that, lawyers had to review back and forth. And at one point, one of the parties didn't have enough money for the lawyer. So they had to wait and wait and wait. And it's just become like a process of years, which I can't understand why, because if I want to be done with you, like, we're going to be done.
Right. And yeah, but that's, and rightfully so, but that's different boyfriend and girlfriend versus husband and wife. So we don't even know what's going on in their household, what conversation is being had. If she's like, all right, go do whatever you want, and he comes back, you don't know the ins and outs of it, you know? But again, Gabby, you made it okay for him to still be in a relationship with you while he has his wife. So why does he need to change now if you made that okay?
Well, it's not a wife because they've been living separated, like not in the same household or state even, so it's not a unit.
But technically, but if we're getting technical, on
Mhm.
paper you're married. Because it's married, divorced, right, single. Yeah.
That's
So
what I said,
he's
but
married, Gab. He's still married. Beautiful. You don't have to be the side on the plate. You should be the main course. That's how I see it.
I
No?
agree. I just
But
don't see the situation that way for some reason, and I don't know. I can't. I just haven't been able to see it that way. Maybe it's because I'm in it,
yes,
and he
yes.
treats me so well. Like, the guys like my age in their 20s, like I don't have time, so it's just a different level.
Fair enough. Again, I can only give you my advice because I'm on the outside looking in, and I get it when you're in love with someone and you love them so much. We're willing to excuse certain things. And I'm not saying, I'm not here to dog him or say he's a bad person, but I just feel like, me speaking to you, you deserve someone who's willing to be available 100% on and off paper. At the very least, I think that should just be standard for yourself.
So should I even follow up about it and say, hey, like I've been thinking, and you know, I deserve X, Y, and Z, like ultimatum.
I think you saying you deserve it is by not saying nothing and just giving it space and not speaking to him. That's how I see it. Until you do this, we won't be talking. They call it fall back. Hmm. Falling
Mm,
back.
mm.
But you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready. You're not ready. You still need time.
I'm not ready. But and then I don't want to, waste my youth, which I was talking to my mom the other day, and she's like, "But you are wasting your youth." And I was like, you
You
know,
are. And 27, that's a sweet spot. I feel like that's the perfect time to start getting engaged, almost get married. Because once you hit 30, all the 30 somethings could tell you here, spiritual journey. You want to stay home. You don't want to go out as much. You don't, and you probably already feeling that now at 27. You don't want to do the same things. Your friends are getting married and having kids. You get
right.
more lonely, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're rushing to find someone, something, someone. So if you decided to leave hypothetically today, right? And you decided today to be more intentional around dating, you will find someone. Come on, yeah. Come look. Do you see? Do you see you? The face, the features, the eye color, the hair.
It's just so hard, like, with traveling and not being in one place and then finding something real. Like these, oh my God, these 20 and 30-year-old men, like, oh my gosh.
Exhausting. I know. I know. Look, that's why I'm here on this platform to help. I hear it all the time. Okay. I hear it day in and day out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, we have to be open minded to what's possible because you're telling me right now, Ashley, there's no one available in these guys, but you met someone who's doing all of the things. So you can't say there's no one if you found someone.
exactly. I've told him before, and I was like, hey, if this don't work out, I still got it. So it's not gonna be a problem for me to, find someone. Like I'm not gonna sit in the house cry and X, Y, and Z. But
Gab, I wouldn't believe that. If I heard you as a man, I wouldn't believe it.
I guess
Because
I was saying it so
that's
I
what
could
girls
believe
say
it.
when they try to scare the guy. But the guy knows, oh no, she ain't serious. She ain't going nowhere. Okay? She ain't
Mm,
going nowhere. If you really that girl ain't gonna say nothing. And
mm,
looking at you, I would already thought you were that girl. And I'm sure guys flock at you when you dress up, put your
mm.
little makeup on, wear your hair down. You don't have no issue. Uh, you shouldn't have any issue getting a man. I don't see that. You just got to get out of your head and let this go.
Mm.
Mhm.
That's the hard truth.
You know what to do. Come back with an update. Hopefully,
Okay.
before the year's up. Get on a level up journey
Okay.
now and then let him go. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Gab. Thank you for coming up, Gab, and sharing your story. Yes, yes. Someone said she probably is getting money. Yes, she said he's taking care of her. Absolutely. But he's still technically married on paper. So at 27, I'm sure she desires marriage. She wants kids. She can't do that with a man who's already married. But it's easier said than done because when you're in love, when you spend so much time with a person, when a man treats a woman very well, oh, okay, I know. When a man treats a woman very well, it makes it very hard to leave. I'm not talking about, oh, baby, you want a little ice cream and let's go into the movies. I'm talking about paying bills. You don't have to lift a finger. What do you need? Here's money in your bank account. How can I help you grow? That's very hard to walk away from. Okay, it's easier said than done.
I came up here just because I've been seeing a Gabriella story, and I do have to be honest. I'm quite young, but there is a guy after me. He's also on his 40s,
Mhm.
and he's playing those exact same tricks. So when we met 3 years ago. When we met, he played those exact same trips. I
Mhm.
waited. He took me on this really beautiful trip, I came
Mhm.
back, I started thinking about him, and then I'm the one that started chasing him. So since we came back, I was like, are we going on a date? I miss you. Let's do this. Let's do that. These 2 weeks, I've not been texting, I've not been doing anything. And I've realized that I've gone on WhatsApp and actually seen that I'm the one that is starting all the conversations. When we go somewhere, I'm the one that has to say, oh my God, would you like to go there? I'm the one that shares the link. I'm the one that makes sure he buys the tickets. Although he's paying for those things, I'm still the one pushing that narrative. So
Mhm.
I think all that they're doing is very intentionally. When they take you on these trips, when they make sure they do things with you that you already do on the daily alone, it's because they want to be so introduced into your life that you don't want to be dating other people.
Mhm.
That you look at other people and you're like, oh, I'm never going to find the one. Let me just kind of stay here. The other day it was a realization to me because I'd been together with him for so long. And I basically tell him, okay, you can be open with me. You can just tell me what you're thinking. He basically told me, okay, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that, and this is what you get. This is what you get for staying.
Mm.
So I was just telling the ladies that all these patterns, they're very repetitive. He has done this with other girls. He's made girls addicted to them. And you also have to see you might be a target, you know? Many ladies, like I don't have my family in this country. He knows that. So he
Mhm.
already knows, okay, she doesn't have the brothers, the cousins to protect her. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I started realizing this, and I feel like some ladies, sometimes we can say that we want to be vulnerable with these men and we want to do all these, hobbies that we already do alone, but you do become a target, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
And
Yeah.
you're very, very wise for your age, Angel. I must
Hmm.
give you that. You're very sharp. Okay, for you to realize this young, and you're younger than the last young lady who just came up here.
Hmm.
So I'm happy you shared this message. And I'm happy you mentioned the trips, and I'm happy you mentioned the patterns.
It's the
Men
same.
have patterns, yes.
Hmm.
The pattern of behavior is the same formula, okay? Different chemical.
The love bombing, everything like that is the exact same, I realized that because of course I watch you and I watch Shira 7, and for me I just started thinking, calculating everything, and then I realized that I am an easy target. Like if you live in a state that you're alone, even if he lives in another state and you're accepting him, like Gabriella, she's accepting him to be, in this situation that is not really making it official, but she's there because she loves him, that's not going to go anywhere. The same
It's,
thing he's telling you on year one, I've been with this guy for 3 years, is the same excuse. He'll be telling you that he's really doing it, he's really trying. And sometimes you have to look at these 40-year-olds and you have to ask yourself, would a 40-year-old date them? Would Ashley date a guy that is not committing to her? You know? When you start calculating that and you see that he went to your age because he knows that you don't know things yet. Even if he's broke, even if he's struggling financially, you'll be there because you think that that struggle love, I'm showing him so much love. But that's not what you should be doing. You just need to move on. All the ladies that came up here and said that they went on those trips or they really loved the guy, and now the guy's not responding the same way, don't do the same thing as I did. I stayed, I do go on dates nowadays, I don't have to tell him anything, but I will start as a provider, as this dream, year one, and then after that is all you. You are carrying the conversations. You are asking if he can take you out on dates. You are the one that is feeling lonely because you lost your friends because you're prioritizing him. Never do that. Any lady that is in this situation, I would just say get out, because you're just wasting your time. I'm 22 years old. For me, I just think like until the end of the year, I will leave him and that will be it, because he's not adding anything to my life. I mean, actually, if he was buying me a car and something, like I would, I'd try to stay a little. But all I would say to the ladies is he's not contributing much to your life. Just do the extra hours at work to actually get the money that you need, because all that money that he's giving you is not for free. Like your mental health is included. You are losing something along the way. So that's what I really wanted to say to the ladies up here that are asking questions, and especially what Gabriella said really resigned with me when she said that, oh, I'm the one that is chasing him. I'm the one that is asking him, like, what are we? You know, that was my situation as well. I was asking as well, like, what are we? Are we really something? And if a guy is not telling you what you guys are, although he's taking you out on these trips and you feel good when you're around him, but he doesn't really say that it's not a relationship. If he doesn't say it's not a relationship, you know. So I
yes.
just wanted to warn the ladies tonight that don't waste your time, honestly.
Angel. Angel, you're literally an angel tonight. Thank you for coming up here and dropping a word